Imagine your best friend is a powerful wizard that can tell the future, and he wants to help you trade the markets. But because of the rules wizards live by, he can only see one day into the future. And he cannot tell you exactly what the stock market will do, but he can tell you what the stock market won't do. Which is still amazing because, with this magical insight, you unlock the ability to generate predictable, reliable, and safe weekly cash flow almost on demand. Let me explain. When you know what the market won't do tomorrow, you can use a powerful trading strategy called selling options. Unlike most trading strategies, when you sell options, you do not have to be 100% right on direction. You do not have to choose what a stock will do. Instead, you choose what a stock won't do. So say your wizard friend tells you that the stock market will not go down much tomorrow. Okay, so it won't go down much, but it might go down a little, or it might go up, or it might not move at all. No problem, we can work with this. In that case, we should sell options to gamblers who want to bet that the market will go down a lot tomorrow. Since we already know the market won't drop a lot tomorrow, this would be a very safe trade for us. The strategy we will use is called selling a credit spread, and is simple enough even for those who have never traded an option before. Once you understand how it works, it takes just a few minutes and a couple of mouse clicks to place the trade. And we are able to make more in a week than what most people get in a year. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? But we still have a huge problem. We both know you don't have a future-telling wizard for a best friend. Instead, let me introduce you to the next best thing. A few years ago, I noticed a pattern happening fairly often in the stock market, and whenever this pattern would occur, it almost never repeated the next day. Get it? The pattern would not repeat, so I knew what was not going to happen the next day. To test my pattern, we hired a team of programmers to quantify it, turn it into an algorithm, and develop a visual indicator that alerts me when the pattern occurs. We call this the market power indicator. And when the pattern occurs, the indicator gives off a signal. Kinda like a traffic signal. We only trade when the signal is green. We then built a trading strategy around the signal and now are able to win over 90% of trades because we only trade on signal days. And get this! Each winning trade can make from 4% to 8% basically overnight, since these are all one-day trades. Can you imagine making a 5% return in one day and doing it over and over? I know it doesn't seem like much, but let's see how $1,000 returning 5% per trade turns out. We generally average 7 trades a month. So on a percentage basis, in just 1 year that would result in a 450% gain. Which means that in just 1 year, $1,000 would become $4,500. $10,000 would become $45,000, and $100,000 becomes $450,000. That is, without compounding. If you keep the money in the account and you just compound it, the numbers get even more crazy. Pretty amazing, right? Now I know what you're thinking. This is trading. It's impossible to win all the time on every trade. What about all the losing trades? Well, I'm glad you asked. We can still have losing trades, right? Because it's trading. But now we have a special weapon against them. You see, back in June of 2022, the Chicago Board of Options created a new type of option. Thanks to this new creation, we can now adjust or change our trades if they are in trouble. Our adjustment method allows us to take a losing trade, change it, and have it break even. So we generally profit on win on 9 out of 10 trades, and then we can break even on 1 out of 10 trades, which results in extraordinary results. So when you put all 3 of these elements together, the market power indicator, the trading plan, and the adjustment method, you have something we like to call the market power method. It's kinda like using an ATM machine that's directly connected to the stock market. So you walk up to the machine, you swipe your debit card, enter your PIN code and how much cash you want, and then the machine spits out the money. Well, in this case, our ATM machine is the S&P 500, which is the entire stock market. The market power indicator is our secret PIN code. Our trading plan tells the machine how much we want. And the cash goes straight into our brokerage account. But unlike the ATM machine, there is no limit to how much you can withdraw. You can keep doing it over and over and over. Don't just take our word for it. Check our track record and the results of others using the method. Then join us and see for yourself. And when you do, you'll notice 3 things. First, trading becomes much less stressful when you have a clear indicator and you don't have to guess about when to place a trade. Second, trading becomes a lot less complicated and scary. Plus, it's a lot more fun when you win on trade after trade after trade. And third, the money is great, but the real benefit is the way you feel about yourself. When you are finally able to make profitable trades consistently, and you see that all your dreams are finally within reach. And in the end, isn't that why we trade in the first place? Are you ready to put some market power in your life? Well, join us today and start generating predictable, reliable weekly cash flow with the market power method.